All right, we're on. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Tuesday night chat with the hack. we've got tonight. We've got Rick Romanelli in here. Hey, Rick, how are you?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Yeah, so I had Rick before and decided, yeah, we had a good time. Let's have him back. And Rick's got a lot of stuff to talk about. He's actually, we were, and I was telling him, don't start the show early. Because usually what happens is we start talking off air and it's like, oh man. And then it's like, we've already talked about all this stuff. But Rick, yeah, because you've
talk
got
about it again.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you've got a lot of stuff going on. So let me just, before we get in all that stuff, let me just say hello to everybody in the chat. Real quick, we got a bunch of people already in here waiting. R2R3, my man, how are you? Ben Coombs is here. Hey, buddy. Mr. Bruce, how you doing? How is Bruce doing? What else we got in here? Let's go down. Dave R's Guitars. Hey, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. Mitch Heyman, welcome. Nice to see you all in here. This is awesome. Really appreciate you guys tuning into these things, man. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Alex Radford is here. Welcome. Michael B., thank you so much.
Ed, are you sure you woke up?
Dave R's Guitars, Alex Radford. Hey, Aaron Songs is here. Wow. And it, you know what? This chat has just been, all of a sudden, it just jumps on me. Okay, Michael B., Alex Radford, Aaron Songs. Hey, everybody. Chuck Booth is here. Ben Henry, welcome. Daniel Horsley, hey, man. Brad Miller, welcome. Ed Dana woke up. Okay, and I know what you're talking about. Todd Flowers is here. Welcome. Janice is here. Wow, everybody's popping in. This is great. Thank you all so much. Mr. Mayhem is in the house. How you doing? Rick Hefner is here. Pete is here. Pete Hickson is here.
Absolute Mayhem.
Absolute Mayhem. Yes. If hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Guitarfish. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if I miss anybody, yeah, pick up is here. Josh Garcia is here. Will Varela is here. Charles Green. Oh my God. Thank you all so much, guys. Really, and gals. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. All right. So, Rick, you've been a busy dude. You've done this big show you were talking about. It was
pretty big.
Yeah, what was the musical again?
It was Godspell.
Godspell, okay. Yeah. Tell me something about Godspell.
Well, it's from the early 70s. It was written by Stephen Schwartz.
Okay.
It's sort of a rock musical. But these folks tend to do what they want with it.
Right.
You know, so they add in a bunch of other little skits and different songs and things. So it was pretty cool.
So where was this at? Who was this for?
It's for a parish near my house that I used to work for, that I used to teach.
Right.
And I directed a choir there. But in that parish, it's one of the larger parishes in our area, and so they have this every year. Their youth organization does this. Does this show, and it's always a religious show, and so there's only like 4 religious shows, so you know it's like a 4-year rotation, and so I played this show many times before. There's a lot of good stuff to play. There's a lot of country flavored stuff, and there's a lot of places where I can do different kinds of things, hard rock and soft acoustic stuff. It's good. It's fun.
Cool. So you've done this, you've played this show before then?
Oh yeah. Because I worked for the Catholic Church for a long time, and you got to do a musical. It's one of your first choices.
Oh, okay.
So not only have I played in it, but I've directed it also when I was a teacher.
Oh, cool.
I was musical director for a couple of times, but it's gotten pretty easy.
Instrumentally, what was the band? What were you guys? What pieces did you have?
Drums, keyboard, and 2 guitars and bass.
Wow, like rock band.
This one's a simple rock band. Next year we do Jesus Christ Superstar, so we have a bunch of horns and violin and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a lot different. But this was a small group of us. They put us in the middle of the stage, so they actually built a stage around us with scaffolding going up,
Oh,
and
wow.
we were like in the center. I was actually a little bit underneath. It was a little scary at times, but it was kind of cool. I made my own little den in there. I brought one of my blue lights and put up a little tapestry, and I had my katana and big monitor speaker. It was cool. We all had separate monitor mixes, so we could hear all the instruments as much as we want, or the kids singing as much as we want. It was good. It was, and they're all good friends. Two of the guys are in my band, Second Breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Cool. And you mentioned the katana.
Yeah. I can't believe it. No, I mean, I still, and I didn't replace anything with it. If anything, I replaced my deluxe reverb, but that thing is needs to be fixed and maybe sold. Because I have the Princeton and I think it sounds better than the deluxe. But the Vox I love, and I've only taken it on one gig, but that's because it's been winter time and we've been playing indoors in small areas.
Right.
I don't need to bring that. But we have outdoor stuff coming up, and that's when I'll take out the Vox and play that a lot. But I am a tweaker. As much as I say I'm not, I am. And so this katana, I've gone through all the software updates and everything, and I'm on checking out how to change all of the parameters on it and set up different. It has speakers, speaker models loaded.
Right.
My Tele Taco Tuesday that I did today, instead of putting a mic on my speaker, I just did the USB in, and it's great. You can get stereo effects. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And for that show, I was able to set up four separate sounds on it. So I had like a clean sound with a nice delay, and I had a semi-dirty sound with a wee tiny bit of tremolo, and then I had a dirty sound, and then I had an acoustic sound too, because you can set up a serviceable acoustic amplifier on it too. And it was good. We had everything. Everybody was plugged into this little Mackie mixer board. So
right.
The katana worked out really well for that.
Brad Miller's saying that he did Godspell as well.
Yeah.
So he's played that show as well.
Yeah,
if anyone's got any questions or comments, please tag me at Guitar Hack so I can see them right away.
Yeah, I may not be paying attention.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, Terry's here as well. Hey, Terry. And Guitar Rehab is here. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. So you didn't use any pedals then? Like you just did the pre-program?
Well, I used pedals.
Oh, okay.
I used pedals. It was only my second week owning the katana, so I didn't really trust it.
I got you.
I was mostly using that clean channel and stacking pedals into it.
Right.
Because that's what I'm used to. And as a matter of fact, I didn't take apart my pedal board for a couple of weeks now, doing yoga gigs and church gigs and Second Breakfast gigs. And this, I just had to have like a big pedal board with all my pedals on it, instead of, oftentimes I have these smaller pedal boards that I like to build.
Right.
If I'm just going to church, I don't want to carry in, the pedal train.
Right.
I want to have something that fits in a backpack, really.
Yeah.
And so that's what I tend to do. But the last few weeks I've just had. So yeah, I was using all of my pedals, but there were times when I shut off all the compression and all of the boost and just went to the crunch sound on the katana and cranked it, and it sounded great.
I got a question for you here from Dave R's Guitars. He's asking how many performances of the show, Godspell, etc., do they do each year?
Okay, so they do it once a year, and they do a dress rehearsal. They do a cabaret night. They do a Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. So 7 altogether.
Wow. Mitch Heyman is saying that you can tweak the katana and its Tone Studio software till your heart's content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazed by it. Actually, you know what amazes me on the katana is the noise suppressor, because I've never had one that worked well.
Oh, yeah.
Even my Boss noise suppressor, I always thought, okay, this cuts out too much of what I want in the signal. And it was like always this tiny little knob that you're turning. But on the Boss Katana software, I forgot what it's called. I have it right here. But it's great noise suppressing. Really is good. So actually, what I'm going to try to do for some gigs, I'm going to try to have a smaller pedal board that just has a couple of drives, volume pedal, and maybe like a Hoff Mini, or maybe a carbon copy. And then everything else, I just leave. All the stuff that I would leave on all the time, I'm going to try to get the amp to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I just want to welcome a few more people popped in here. Dry Heat 480 is here. Sorry. Who else we got? Paul Lewis here. Welcome. Jeff Repplinger, how you doing? The Guitar Pit is here. The proud owner of a Les Paul.
Oh yeah,
throw that in.
I thought
there.
it was a nice guitar.
I thought it was great too. RJ the Mad One is here. Okay, if I miss anyone, I apologize.
Brother Jason, what is up?
Brother Jason Wade is in the house. Yeah. Oh, Gussie Wells is here. There's Gussie. Hey folks. Guitared It, welcome. Welcome everybody. Okay, I think I caught everyone. So yeah, if you've got any questions for me or even for Reg, just tag me and then I can pass those on. Yeah, it's funny you're talking about like the pedal boards and all that and using the guitar. So I guess obviously then it works well with pedals if you're throwing still pedals in front of it.
Yeah, I think so. But you know what? I think that any amps work well with pedals. If you ask me, I think the way you set it and what you expect to hear out of it might be a little bit different.
Yeah,
but I could see where a person who's used to a Fender amp suddenly starts to use a Vox, and they may be like, "Well, this doesn't take pedals well." And it's just it doesn't take pedals the same as the Fender did. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I've heard that maybe some amps, high gain amps.
Okay, so Guitar Pit is asking, what is your rarest taco creation?
I don't know. It was probably disgusting.
It only happened the one time, eh? Thrash.
No, I don't know.
Hey, Thrash. Lando 27. Hey, buddy. How are you, man? Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
I forget what I put in the tacos one week, and I put pine nuts in the tacos, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's nasty. What are you doing?"
Pine nuts.
They were great.
Really?
It was more of an Italian thing. It was like Italian risotto with chicken in it, and I wrapped it in a tortilla.
Right.
You know what? I'd put anything in a tortilla, and I'll put it on, because if I don't anymore, there's always one or two people who be like, "Oh, no tacos." I'm like, well,
okay.
Right.
I don't understand this. What these guys are talking about. Jason Wade is saying that I want a set it and forget it Ronco amp. So you're mentioning any amp will take pedals. I've had experiences that say no to that.
Okay, which ones? High gain amps, right? Or like
no, not even. I had a Hot Rod Deluxe, and I bought it. I got a used one, and don't ask me what version it was. I have no idea. And I bought it, and I gigged with it, and I threw my pedals in front of it, and I tweaked the hell out of that thing, and I couldn't make my pedals sound anywhere near as good as I'm used to hearing them. Right, and I know this.
Are you using that terrible distortion on it?
No.
Okay.
No, I just clean channel, and then I throw stuff, and then on the verge of breakup. Anyway, I played around, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm thinking, man, these pedals are shit. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Yeah. And then I went back to my old standby, which is my Marshall. Yeah. And as soon as I plugged it into my Marshall, everything just came to life. I'm like, there's the sound. And consequently, I got rid of the Hot Rod Deluxe, and the Hot Rod Deluxe, all you hear about is, oh, it's a great pedal platform. It's a great pedal platform. Now, I either got a bad one, or maybe it was one of the years that it came out, it wasn't as good, or whatever reason. It was.
I liked mine
fast.
I had one for a while. I had a Hot Rod DeVille like right around when they first came out, the 410-inch one.
Oh, that's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was too heavy. It was too much to carry around. So I got a deluxe. I was like, hey, it sounds almost as good. It's plenty loud.
Right.
And I liked it, except I hated the reverb. And of course, I didn't like the overdrive channels. But I hated the reverb. To me, that reverb has real weird high-end drip to it that I can't stand.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a few more people popped in. Who did I see? The Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge is here. Buck Lester's here. Hey guys, thanks for coming in. Jeff Underwood's asking me a question. Is the Firebird a keeper? Mine is almost done. Oh, are you building one? Is it a keeper? You know, I played a show last Saturday. I mean, I'll talk about that on Thursday on my solo show because this is your time.
Is that the one where you had the video up? I saw
yeah, I streamed it.
Great. And that guitar had such a nice tone.
Oh,
it looked cool as well.
The tone on that, my God. Yeah, you
I'm
know.
Sorry, sometimes I watch a video and then I get pulled away from it and I never comment on it. But I definitely saw
fine.
that.
Well, you know. It was fine. No, it's fine. I was gonna say, like, as awkward sometimes as it feels, you know, because of the size of it.
Yeah.
But my God, does that thing sound good? It sounds so good. So to answer your question, yes, I'm keeping it. Okay, thanks, Jason Way, for popping that in. McRegan is here. Brian Landreth, welcome. Yeah, so if anyone's got any questions for myself or for Rick, please just tag me at Guitar Hack and I can see those questions right away. Yeah, so again, we got 50 people watching, man. This is awesome.
Cool. That's great.
So again, yeah, like I don't know, like I could have just got it might have just been a bad Hot Rod Deluxe. I'm not gonna say that they're all crappy. I just had a bad one. Yeah. But you know what? You're talking about reverbs. I'm probably the only person on the planet that's not a fan of spring reverb. I actually don't like it.
Oh, I like spring reverb, but I like digital reverbs also.
Yeah. See,
spring reverb just doesn't do certain things.
I like the plate reverb. I think that's my favorite.
I like that too.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite. Jason Wade, tag me at Guitar Hack. Yes, tag Jason. Anyways, so yeah. So
talking about Jason.
I don't know what you talking about, Jason. He's always playing, saying, you know, whatever. He's always fooling around in the chats. Yeah, I like a plate of food. Yeah, me too, Jason Wade. See, there you
go. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. So what guitars were you using at this for this gig?
I was using this Telecaster and some Stratocaster the whole week. Right. Well, I used the Baja one night instead of this. And I used the GNL Legacy Stratocaster type instead of my Blue Strat one night. But the rest of the time I used this and the Blue Strat. And then I had my Larrivee acoustic was plugged in to another A-B switch. And I had that little mandolin that I was messing around with on one of my videos recently. So I had to play a little bit of, I had to do the Godfather theme.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was kind of funny. Like they were telling a story and supposedly, you know, like the Godfather comes in and I play that. So that was kind of fun. Yeah. I was going to use PRSs, but Chip, our second breakfast drummer, was also playing guitar in the show. And he was using a D'Angelico the whole week. And I was like, well, he's got the humbucker sound covered. And I can be single coil all week, which I like.
Yeah.
I'm a single coil guy.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So is there, I know you're always also on the hunt, going to music stores and stuff and trying to find the next guitar. Is there anything on your radar
for guitars? Yeah, there's a couple of things on my radar, but I don't have the money for them yet. And I keep spending money on things that cost less, like the Katana. And I bought a pedal yesterday that should be coming later this week.
Okay. You want to keep that a secret? You want to do a video?
No, we'll talk about it here. That's fine. I bought a, so when I was a kid, I probably have told this story too, but when I was a kid, I had an Ibanez CS9
Right.
stereo chorus. It's the same as the Tube Screamer line, but it's purple and it's a
Right.
chorus.
Right.
And it's, to me, the best chorus I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first good pedal that I ever got. And I had it until I was probably 29 or 30 years old. And I was going to band practice, and I put it on my trunk of my car and like pack in the car, and I didn't put it in the car, and I drove away.
Oh shit.
That was the end of my chorus.
Right. So you
So
ordered another one. You found one. You
yeah,
tried to put it up.
well, I mean, I decided to look for it again, and I looked, and the guy, I asked him for 10% off, and he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, cool." So should be coming
Nice.
tomorrow. I'll be really happy with that. I don't use a lot of chorus anymore, but I really like the sound of that one.
Yeah, and of course for me that's a mainstay. There's
Yeah,
certain effects that you got to have. Of
yeah.
course, for me is one of those for sure. Guitar Rehab is asking me if I've ever played any Hagströms. Yeah, I have.
Did you like
Yeah,
them?
they're good guitars, man. They're
They have
good
big, funny
guitars.
looking headstocks. If that bothers you.
Well, that's why I don't own one,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, because I'm a headstock snob. But I mean, they are good guitars. Who a guy I used to jam with. He used to show up with Hagströms all the time. He had like a Les Paul looking one.
Yeah.
And there was another one he had too, and I can't remember now. But the Les Paul looking one sounded good, and it played all right. You know, yeah.
There's a Hagstrom Swede, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that's like a Les Paul, where it might look a little bit more like, what is that? What's that Yamaha guitar that's like a double cutaway? Oh, Jason Wade knows because he likes them. Oh well. Tell me if you know, Jason. But it looks like that.
Yamaha double cutaway guitar.
Yeah, it looks like that. I forget the name of it. Anyway.
No, not a Pacifica. That's not a Pacifica.
Not
Right?
a Pacifica. No.
That's like a Strat looking one.
Rev, Jason says. Thank you, Jason.
Oh, Rev, yes, yeah. I played a couple of Revs the other day.
Did you? Was it cool?
I didn't like the necks on them. They're a little
What
bit
was wrong
fat
with them?
for me. They're
Oh,
fat.
they were too fat.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking off air a little bit about, some of the guitars. I tried a bunch of guitars today, and yeah, I gotta play the smaller necks. I can't play the Revstar Guitar Pit is saying, yeah, the Revstars.
Is that what you didn't like about PRS?
I finally played a PRS that I liked actually. And here's a weird part. I saw the same PRS, but I guess it comes in different necks.
Yep.
The one that was there today was not for me. The one I played the other like a week ago Saturday was perfect.
What was that?
It was a custom 22. But it had
Okay.
that one, probably the one I played that I like, would have probably been a pattern thin. I think
Okay,
that's
yeah.
the one I like. Guitar Rehab is saying that Pat Smears from the Foo Fighters has a giant collection of Hagstrom guitars.
Oh,
There you go.
everybody collects something.
So so guitar wise, is there something that you're still kind of in a?
Yeah. Well, I don't need anything. It would round out my collection very nicely if I had a good center block semi-hollow guitar.
Yeah,
Or
trying some of them, yeah.
Or I've been looking at a Casino, which is completely hollow.
That's completely hollow, yeah.
And they're inexpensive. That's the thing, and that concerns me because I don't really, believe it or not. I mean, I can go to Guitar Center, but it's all the way across town, way other side of town.
Right.
So there's not a lot of places for me to try Epiphones. But yeah, I would probably be interested in one of those if it played well, because I could put whatever pickups in it I want, or tuners, whatever it needs.
Yeah.
But best case scenario, if I can sell the deluxe, maybe I can find a ES335 Studio. That's something I've been thinking about a lot because they're pretty good. They even have them with just 2 knobs, and I would be open to that because I don't need 4 knobs. I've talked about that on some of my videos, so I'm more of a 2 knob guy.
Yeah, I've played the Studios. They're good. I mean, it's a stripped down version of the standard, right?
Yeah.
No binding on it, dot inlays, but
what are they? Super Burstbucker and some other similar pickup. or is it Pro? No, Pro Bucker is Epiphone.
I've got a 3. If it's the same pickups as a 339, then it'll be like a Burst Bucker 1 and 2.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Hey, I just want to say thanks, Gussie. Thank you. That was really nice, and thanks, JJ. In all caps.
Oh, there you go. Hey, JJ, how are you, man? JJK's House of Harleys, how's it going? Okay, I'm trying to keep up with everybody popping in.
We have a lot. I can't see the count.
The count.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, we're up to 52. We got 52 people watching. Guitar Rehab. Hey, he says that's the only guitars that hold their tuning when touring. Oh, he's talking about the that's Guitar Rehab. He's talking about the Hagströms.
Oh, really?
Guitar that keeps. Wow, that's interesting.
I don't have a guitar that holds its tune for 3 songs.
Oh, really? You must hit really hard.
I do. I bend a lot. And
actually, this is for you. Todd Flowers is saying that the Studio 335 is on sale at American Music with 57s on it. Those are great pickups.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I was looking at some on Reverb. They sell for a nice price on Reverb when they're a little bit used. And so I think that if I find enough cash, then that's where I'll go. But if I don't, then I won't. I don't know. There's other things. You know what? I'm always looking for cheap Telecasters. I want to buy like maybe like an Affinity, Squire Affinity Telecaster, and just see how nice I can make it sound just with everything on it. Just see if I can fix up the neck at least. And then, because I'm of this belief that I could, I can kind of play whatever guitar I want. It doesn't have to be expensive. And there's something really that I like about cheap feeling guitars for some reason. I don't get that, but I like it. Like this guitar really feels like something that was a student guitar or something, but it sounds beautiful and the neck feels great. Did you ever play a K guitar?
No.
Like there were budget guitars in the 70s, but their necks felt really good. You would have thought they were too thick, but their necks felt really good. And they were always like not a lot of lacquer on them.
I'm laughing because Todd Flowers sounds like a salesman for AMS. He goes, 18 months, no interest.
Wow.
Yeah, if you buy today, there you go. 18 months, no interest.
No
Get a studio from American Music Supply.
I think we're still paying off our PA speakers.
Guitar Rehab is asking if I've played any Nags. No, I haven't. Never seen a Nags guitar. Never seen one.
I never saw
Chaman, tell Rick he's such a great guitarist. He can make any guitar sound good. There you go.
Thank you. But I can't. My hand gets sore. You
get that after you, like, when does your hand get, is it just from playing or when you're playing like really aggressively?
Yeah, if I play really aggressively and like my forearm gets too tense, I think that's what does it. That's why I don't know how like Stevie Ray Vaughan did it. I've thought about this so many times. He was great, like that he would have this super heavy intensity for 5 minutes at a time, and then they'd stop and he'd do it again, like super heavy intense playing.
Right.
So I think that I have problems with tension, but at the same time, I don't know. It's kind of the way I play. I don't think I'd sound the same if I didn't. I
mean, when I was younger, I could go and go and go and go and go more. Now I can only do it for like short periods of time. So it totally changes the way you play.
You get soreness in your palm all the way down into your wrist.
I don't get it. For me, it's in the forearm.
Okay.
Right. It just, I literally, I can't, and so, I do things to lighten that in playing thinner, like 9-gauge strings, and when I do my sort of speed bursts, like it'll be just that. It'll be a burst. It can't be like an ongoing thing.
Right.
Because I'll have to stop for a minute in between. I can't go continuously. Like, I don't know these. Well, I know how they're younger. I mean, when I was younger, I could do that too and just go, right? But it's tough. It's tough, So it changes the way you play now, right? Because now you're kind of listening and you're going more for like, how do I say it? You're listening, like for me anyway, I can't speak for you, but for me, it's more like I listen more and I try to play some more melodically because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Okay.
Try to sit on notes a little bit longer, try to get a little more expression out of what I'm playing instead of just, fast, fast, fast. So,
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I did have carpal tunnel surgery
oh shit, yeah.
because my hand would get completely numb while I
Oh
was
man.
playing. But I let that go for a long time before I got the surgery, and I found that I would set up songs so that they were easier for me to play. Like
Mhm.
I would use a capo and put song in the key of G just because there's a lot of open strings, or I would know like two measures ahead, here comes an E minor, you're going to get a break.
Yeah.
I could just finger pick it and my hand would be free and I could let a little blood rush back into it. But eventually I just got the surgery and I'm all better.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it in both hands.
Mitch Heyman is saying, did Rick mention a K guitar? That was my very first electric. There you go. Back in
That's
'69.
cool.
Wow. Guitar Pit guitar. Has Rick tried the D'Angelico semi hollows?
Yes.
I had one and it was reasonably priced and felt pretty nice.
Yeah. So Chip, if he's kind enough to let me do a review of it coming up, but he has one. He bought a Blue Burst one, and it's a beautiful guitar. He just took the mud flap off of it. But it's another one of those funny looking headstocks, though. Where you see it and you're like, I don't know. It actually has like a little brass knob thing in the center, with the little wooden wings that come up around it, and
Right.
it's very gaudy.
Right.
But
Right.
when you look at it up close, you're like, well, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
But
Oh, James Severin is here. Bill Frost is here. Welcome, folks. Guitar hack. My next guitar is going to be a Harley Benton Mustang copy, but the one after that will be a gold top Les Paul with copy with P90s. Well, I can't
me
speak on
too.
the I can't speak on the Harley Benton because I've never played one. But I can assure you that any Les Paul with P90s will absolutely smoke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even
You know what?
cheap P90s.
Even yeah. Pete Hickson is here. Ivan Carter is here. Welcome. Krellbar, hey, how are you? It's funny. I had a rehearsal on Sunday, and like I played my ass off this weekend, man. I did a show on Saturday night. Like a good 3-4 hours of playing, and then get up and go play for another 2 hours
Yeah, cool.
on Sunday, right? Like I was JP Page too. Welcome. I got by the time I had nothing left, right? So I open up the closet. I keep half of my guitars at this point
Yeah.
in the closet, all in their cases, right? So I
Uh-huh.
just open it up, and the first one that was in front, I grabbed it, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play this one today. And I didn't know what it was until I opened the case when I got there. And I actually thought it was this one,
Yeah.
right? I thought, oh, I'm gonna play the standard. And it turns out it wasn't. It was the P90 Les Paul. I'm like,
No.
oh shit, I thought I had the standard. And again, I am reminded as soon as I plugged it in and hit a chord, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Oh,
You know what? I don't know. I understand what there is to like about humbuckers. I really do, and I have humbuckers that I love. I get it. I'm a big Larry Carlton fan, and that's a humbucker sound.
right.
But to me, a single coil is like, I don't know. It's like nothing to hide behind. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that anybody's hiding behind anything either. I'm just saying that's like really pure. I swear on this Telecaster, I can hear the wood, and people will say I'm nuts. Tone wood. I swear I can hear it. Maybe I
Thank you
can.
so much. Guitarded is saying awesome show. I'm listening, watching, hard to type on the phone. No worries, Guitarded. I appreciate you watching. Will Varela is saying to both of us, even though the YouTube copyright thing has pretty much scared everyone off playing live music or videos with certain tunes, some people are still putting up videos.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't that the copyright thing, it's already been beaten to death at this point.
Yeah.
So,
I don't care. Doesn't
you
matter
know,
to me.
so you know what, I that gig that Dave, all right, Dave Guitars channel. Dave's guitar
Hey, Dave.
channel is here. Hey buddy. Just want to say hello. I got to run a rehearsal. Okay, have a great rehearsal, buddy. Oh, Dave, I might contact you. Maybe if you want to do another guitars and cigars. Like I actually have a free Sunday coming up, but I'll shoot you a message on Messenger. Anyways, the hell's he talking about? Oh, so I streamed that gig, and you know, and then because of the other YouTube bullshit they pulled this week and less than 1,000 subs, you can't use the YouTube app. So I figured out how to do it with Streamlabs. So that was all Streamlabs I was using. That's why you were seeing the chat in the window.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, you know what? As soon as that thing went up, I got a copyright claim on I don't know. I don't even bother looking at what song, because you could play like 20 songs and a handful of
They didn't take down your video though, right?
No. Those are claims, which means they're gonna, not that
I have a bunch of claims.
Yeah, not that, I mean, not that I'll ever make any money, but whatever I do make, they'll get a piece, if not all of it. I don't even care. Whatever.
Yeah,
but
if somebody else wrote the music, then I have no problem with that.
Yeah, so I'm not going to stop doing it, is what I'm saying. Like,
that's right. I'm not going to change what I'm doing.
No, and then the thing is, like, all these people, well, you got to start playing original music. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you play what you play. Like, I'm not going to give a guy a hard time if he plays only originals. I'm not going to give a hard time if he's playing covers. Right. I'm playing covers because that's the type of band that I'm in, and that's what we get hired to do, is play songs that people know. If you're in an originals band, that's terrific. Go play your original music. I mean, I got guys in one of my bands that he plays in an originals band.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll go and they'll do a set, and he plays one set, and usually it's in a showcase, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm going to be recording some original music in another couple of weeks, but it's like this whole thing, it's like, people like to just barriers. Like, if you do one or you do the other, like they're drawing straws. Like, just shut up.
Yeah.
You play original, you play covers. Like, who cares? Just play freaking music, right?
Yeah.
That irritates me. But anyways,
I put up an elevated jam track once a week, at least, and bless their hearts, they've never said a word to me about it. I say their name all the time, and I bought their little catalog, music, but that doesn't mean that I'm allowed to use it in my own videos. But I guess I'm pushing it. Whatever. I dig them. They're really good.
Oh, their backing tracks are really good for sure. Yeah. Like, they're high quality.
Yeah.
Ivan Carter's got to go. See you, Ivan. Thanks for popping in.
Later.
Sounds great, Tilbury. Okay, thanks, Dave. Oh, ChickNGuitars, welcome.
ChickNGuitars.
How are you? I'm just going back because I missed a whole bunch here when I was doing my little rant.
What's up, Jeff Underwood?
Ron Gillespie is here. I would suggest creating a separate channel for content that may get demonized or stricken. I'm not. You know what? I don't know. Bam Ozzy is here. Aaron Songs, Guitar Hack. When you use Streamlabs, was it from a Samsung or an iPhone? It was an LG phone, but it's an Android phone, if that's what you're asking. Charlie S is here. Hey. Okay. Oh shit, jumped on me again. Buck Lester, Guitar Hack. I have a theory on this copyright thing. Companies sell copyright software to get results. YouTube is low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Okay.
Let's think about it, though. Musicians don't get paid anything for music that they write. I mean, maybe a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I'm not going to stop streaming gigs. I don't care.
There's no reason to.
And
it does more good than harm, believe me.
Yeah. Hey, Dale Palmer's here. Yeah, there was someone I was gonna. Jeez, I lost my train of thought. But there was someone I was gonna ask you about. Like, for you, you do a lot of lessons and stuff too, right?
What, on my channel? No.
You did the backyard thing.
Yeah, I did the backyard thing, and sometimes like on Saturday, I put up a video that was just basically.
Oh, now I remember what I want to ask you. Sorry, go
17 minutes of playing along with loops and talking about, you know, whatever shapes and forms I'm using on the guitar. Um, that's kind of a targeted video. I know who's going to enjoy that video, and I know I won't get a lot of high numbers from it, but I love making those videos. And I like to just sit down and, you know, put a G sound in the background. You're like, and I'm there, you know, telling people what I'm doing. You know, I like that. I like that. So if you can consider that a lesson, even in the middle of Telly Taco Tuesday today, I was like, oh, well, that's this and this. So this is what I'm going to play. I like to do that. I like to talk about what I'm thinking, I guess.
That blues thing that you put out, that invitation, which was very nicely worded. I'm trying to find time, and maybe even when this is over, I'll do something.
That's not a big deal. I don't even think it was my best thing.
No, but that's cool. You know why? It had like a jazz flavor to it, right?
Yeah. Well, initially what I thought I would do is I would put that up, and then like in a couple of weeks, maybe I would do a video where I talk about how I would approach playing over that, you know. And but I put it up, and I was like, let anybody do what they want with it, because I have this nice backing track here, and I don't know what to do with it.
Well, see, when you start talking about stuff like that stuff that interests me a lot is, okay, you know, here's a progression, and what would you play over it? You know, where would you go, right? You know, and being an uneducated guy musically, right? I mean, I'm not, well, I know a little bit. I know like the basics. I'm like the kindergarten level, right? So, you know, I'd be able to, from the progression, I'd be able to determine, you know, what key you're in. You know, if you're in a key, if you stay within a key, or if you switch keys, then I could pick up on that as well, right? So that would give
I wouldn't do anything that complicated, to be honest.
It's just stay within the key, right?
Well, it might briefly go to another key and then back again
and come back, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what I would do. I'm not into doing things because they're complicated. You know what I mean? I'm into understanding common things that are complicated. I think that's more
right. You know. So like that's how I would approach it. Like I would figure that part of it out, and then that would dictate to me what, you know, basically what scales I would use, you know. So if let's say, you know, we mentioned G, let's say it's in G, and then okay, so I'm going to play in G major, right? And then so because I don't know any note, like I don't know the notes on the fretboard, what I do know is I know some of them. Anything on the D, A, and E string, I know, because those are my roots for chords, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I'd have to think about on the high E, I know, because it's a it's a repeat of the low E. But the E, now I'm blanking out even on the names. The G and the B string, I'd have to think about it, right?
Are you talking about like playing that direction up one string?
No, I'm saying like I don't know the notes on the.
You don't know the name. Okay.
There are no names. Yeah. So what I'm talking about is like, so if I'm playing something, I know where I know, you know, all the G major notes because I know them by
you know the shape.
I know all the shapes, right? So I can go all the way up and down the fretboard on the shapes.
I was like that forever.
Yeah. Well, that's me, right? So and then, so because I don't know the note names, so I'll start playing stuff that I just let my ear kind of dictate where I go. Like I know that what notes are going to work for that reason, you know, because I know the shapes, but then the rest of it is my ear and my imagination. Like what I mean by my imagination is I might play something intentionally a little bit out because I just think it's going to sound good, or I'll do like a chromatic thing just because I know from playing so many years, I know what things are going to sound like before I hit them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I do. But then somebody who's educated like yourself might sit there and go, oh yeah, you know, that note sounds really good because you're playing the sixth of this, of that. And I'd be like, that's Chinese to me, you know, like it's
I would try not to do that.
I don't understand any of that. So, that's the ninth. And that's why
I think that if I was thinking that way while playing, like while I was actually, say I was at a club playing a solo and I'm like, I'm going to play that major six, man, you know, like, that wouldn't work. I kind of have to fly by my ear and, you know, and by finger muscle memory. I think is a
Right.
big thing. And that's something that I touch on a lot is I try to play in positions where I where it's not so friendly as far as riffs, like in this major scale, it's like a real fourth finger heavy thing, you know, and so you're not thinking unless you're thinking about these kinds of things, and so that's different. But you're not thinking about like we would do in a blues scale. We're thinking more in terms of I don't know, it's almost more clinical. And so I think forcing yourself to play in those positions, like the non-pentatonic minor blues positions,
Right. Right.
it will make you better in the long run, because you start paying better attention with your ear to what patterns sound like and what specific notes sound like against specific chords. And that's really the most important thing. It's not, and I'm trying to get that dug into my brain. I still talk a lot about scales, but I think the most important thing is chords and what key you're in and how does that chord behave in that key. I think those are the things that I want to really, really, really understand.
What I try to do is, again, I use my ears, so I can kind of know sometimes if I can blend a major and a minor, like, if I can throw some major stuff in there, and or whether I can't, or if it's something that, or just get my ear, because I'm like a minor blues, like most people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All this kind of crap, that kind of baloney, right?
Yeah,
But
but
then,
you can do the same thing over major. That's the thing.
yes,
You know
but
what I mean? Because if I'm
you got to
here,
retrain your ear, because
yeah,
now the licks
they
are going
sound
to be
different.
different. Yeah, and your target notes are going to change as well.
Yeah. Sometimes if you leave them the same, though, it works and it just sounds different.
Yeah, but might not sound the way you want it to.
That's
So,
right.
like,
I was talking about that last week on a video. I was talking about how, if you're playing like G and you're out of tune, I don't know if you guys can hear me that well. And you play in this position, which is one of the caged forms. You If you try the minor pentatonic is in there,
right,
but it's not this, which is where we typically use the minor pentatonic. It's this fifth fret version, which is actually a different mode. And so if you do these, they sound neat, but they don't sound like home.
right,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I hope that wasn't too complicated, but
No, I mean, again, so there's a couple of things that, like, if that I do, like, if again, I use my ear to dictate, right? So if I'm hearing it and I'm like, okay, you know what, I can mix major and minor. What I do is, because I've been playing these patterns for so long, I can see patterns over top of patterns, right? So I know what you're saying. Like, if I'm in this position here, like, which everybody knows that,
yeah,
right? But inside of that, I have the other position,
yeah,
you know. So if I can see both of them at the same time, then I can blend them,
yeah.
and then that's when then that, again, what notes I go to and what I use, I kind of use my ear to sort of dictate,
Yeah. Well, that's good.
stuff like that, right?
That's a good place to be if you're using your ear and you're getting the right notes too. So I don't
And
know.
then, yeah, and then, or sometimes if I can't throw any minor stuff, then it's strictly major, and then and then I try to, I don't know, I do some weird shit, like, just stuff that just makes no sense, like, and a 1/4, like, I did a blues solo on Saturday night, and it was like just totally out there, but
Yeah,
I love that. I love going like as far out, like
that's
really
cool.
mess up the ear as possible,
Yeah,
and then kind of just bring it back into stuff that, the familiarity, right? So,
yeah.
just weird licks, like,
It'll get people's attention, and it
like, and
causes
then, like, what the fuck, what's this guy doing, right? And then I'll
yeah,
bring it back to, the typical, right? Hey,
Yeah, right, right, right. It causes tension, and then
yeah,
you
yeah,
let it go, and
yeah,
then that sounds good.
yeah, yeah. What I wish I could do is like those jazz guys that they know when to come out and come right back in again. That I wish I knew how to do better.
Yeah, I do too.
I love that jazz, that yeah, like that nice tasty jazz flavored stuff, like the Larry Carlton type stuff where he's kind of
You
outside
could.
and he comes
I
back.
can sit and spend a week on like I don't know, 8 beats that he plays and figure out what
Oh,
is that and why does it work and what is he doing, and it's unbelievable. It's there's always some like awesome uh, theoretical stuff going on behind the scenes,
yeah.
and it's more than I can think of while I play. I think that's the thing that's a bummer.
Well, that's the
So
whole thing, right? Like you gotta kind of like just listen and be in the moment, right? And try to literally compose on the spot,
that's right.
you know?
I know. You know what? I listened to somebody on YouTube once, and I won't name his name because he was a pretty big YouTuber. But he said there's no such thing as original solo lines. All you're doing is you're copying something you've heard before. You're regurgitating something that you always play.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I take offense to that because I spend a lot of time trying to think of a little melody in my head before I play it,
Mhm.
and it's not granted, sometimes it's exactly what I played last week, but sometimes it's not, so I think that's important. I think that thinking like a singer is really important when you play.
It's funny you mention that because well, he's not here anymore, but Dave from Dave's Guitar Channel, like, we talk a
Oh
lot,
yeah,
like he's been on my show a couple. He's an awesome dude, right? So we
yeah,
talk a lot, offline. And one of the things he says is his big thing is like, as a practice thing. You mentioned the singing, like sing something and then play it, or sing a
yeah.
solo and then play it, and play what you sing, and it takes you completely out of the whole pattern and all of that business, right?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're not going to sing like a guitar. You're going to sing like a person.
Yeah, you're gonna sing like somebody who's composing something too sometimes,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Exactly.
not, I don't know, I hate to draw that kind of similarity, but that you know it's I always think improvisation is like sped up composition, or it's the other way around. Composition is slowed down improvisation,
Right.
where you can change your mind, right? You can change it. Whereas
Yeah.
improvisation, it's there and it's gone and that's it. Um, and they both have their really nice things, but uh, I think that there's ways to look at it both ways. Like if we're playing a solo, if you think about it, like, wow, this little solo can be a song in itself, and it have like a beginning, a little arch, and then build
Right.
to
Right.
the
Right.
end, and get everybody's attention at the beginning and at the end. Uh, it's something that I want to start thinking about doing videos of, because um, you know, coming up with ideas like that. Uh, how do you begin a solo? How do you end a solo? I have a friend who watches my videos, and he asked me, create a video on how to begin a solo. I'm like, wow, that's a huge thought. Like, how do you begin a solo? And when I think about it, I usually begin a solo in a very stupid way. Like I'll usually just do like a most generic riff, you know, and I think about it, it's almost like a throwaway riff. And so I was like, oh, well, that's going to make me think about how I do a solo. It's going to make me change how I do a solo.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
it's crazy, but it's interesting.
But like most of the solos that I play are, I are made up, and they're often not the same week to week. So,
Right.
I have a rough idea what I want to do, and then it's whatever comes out, right? So, but what you were saying, like you start off with that little thing, I don't think that it's stupid. I think what you're doing is you're just playing something simple. You're trying to bring everybody in, right? Because you're not going to start hammering them over the head with like a quick run. Like that's just
No, and I don't believe in
build
that,
up.
but
Yeah.
a lot of the time, I agree with you. That's what it should be. But a lot of the time, it's like, uh-oh, my solo started. I need to play something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Well,
like
you caught off guard. Oh, you just froze.
this,
There, you're back.
Yeah.
You've just
Oh,
froze there for a
oh,
second.
sorry about that.
No, it's
But
not your fault.
I was saying that sometimes I play a solo and I'm like, okay, my solo started and I don't feel like I have my idea together yet, you know. And sometimes I just spit something out and I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll go with that, you know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's what makes it fun, though. You know, like you're creating on the spot, right?
Yep.
You know, because you don't want to play the same licks over and over and over again. I mean, you know, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we've really been neglecting this chat, and I apologize.
Jack. We're having a good time.
Yeah, we once we start talking music, man, it's like we're transported. Just going way back here. Zach Thong is here. Hey, Zach. Brian Cote is here. Welcome, folks. Joseph D'Angelo. Hey, G-Hack. Nice to see you rocking the Firebird at the gig. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Yeah, I'll talk all about that the gig on my Thursday show. I don't want to take time away from
you can talk about it,
Rick here. No, I need topics.
Okay,
I need something
talk about it this weekend.
I'll talk about it.
He needs to get his thoughts together on that.
Thursday after yes, I think yes, that's a good way of putting it. It's funny. If I had thoughts. Okay. That's funny. All right, let me just go down. We got a few more people that
There's a question from HK.
Oh, there you go. Shoot.
Which songwriters does Rick admire most? Paul Simon, Paul McCartney, John Lennon. That was a really easy question. But I also like who else do I like? Oh, Neil Young. I love Neil Young. And I like Willie Nelson and Lyle Lovett and stuff like that. So
nice.
Yeah, that's what I like. Oh, I like Clapton, but Clapton wrote, I think, maybe like half of his material, if that. But I like his solo original stuff.
Cool. Gutsy Wells is saying something very nice about the Firebird. I appreciate that comment, Bussy. Thank you. Gussie, thank you so much.
Yes, Krell Bar. That is exactly true. Anytime. So what Krell Bar said is Willie Nelson is an underrated guitar player. I'm sorry, Hack, if I interrupted you.
No, no worries.
That's something I feel very good, very strongly about.
Make it known.
Yes, absolutely.
Rockin' Dave Byron is here. Hey, how are you, Dave?
What's going on, Rockin' Dave?
Rockin' Dave Byron. Hey, Krell Bar, welcome. I haven't said hello yet. Brian Cote, did I buy the Les Paul? No, I did not. I did not buy any Les Pauls today. I played a bunch of them, but I did not buy anything. Got to find the neck. Got to find that neck. HK, welcome. Jason Wade, how many keys does it start a guitar? I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's making a joke or he's asking.
I don't know, Jason.
David Dykes is here. Welcome. Todd Graff, how are you? Okay, I'm seeing if there's any other questions or new names that I have not said hello to. JP Page 2. I have learned to use a train wreck too, Hack. Yes. Yes. If you're having a train wreck.
Steve Earle tells a good story.
Yes. The Rockin' Dave, just feel it out. It all comes with time. Yes, true. Just keep playing. Keep playing. You gotta, it's not just the practice, but it's also getting the notes into your head so that you know what stuff's gonna sound like and what's gonna work and what isn't, Marsman is here. Welcome. Pooh Ninja. Yes, my favorite is Roger Waters. You got that right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Guitar Pit is asking Guitar Hack, what's the most embarrassing guitar for each of you to take to a gig? It can't be a joke. Hello Kitty guitar, though. Embarrassing? If I was to take an embarrassing guitar to a gig?
What would be embarrassing? My Gretsch is really big, and it's it doesn't go well with an extra large stomach. But
the only thing
I still love to play it
is if I brought a guitar that looked like really like heavy metal-y and like was aggressive, and like if I brought like one of those Skull and Bones guitar, like the George Lynch thing,
yeah,
it's like, okay, now we're gonna play some some Roy Orbison on this thing. You know, that
I'm sometimes a little bit embarrassed by my acoustics because I did not take good care of them, and they're really good, like Canadian build acoustics, and they have cracks all through the tops, but they still sound great. So sometimes I'm like, yeah, I hang my head down like, this is a nice guitar. I know. I beat the hell out of it.
Zach Thong, those are very cool guitars. Zach, yes. I was at a guitar store today. What a surprise. Chocolate Randy is here. Welcome. Okay, there's a new name.
That's character, Aaron.
Joe Hervey is here. How are you? Okay. All right, and I'm at the bottom of the chat.
Yeah. Good job, dude.
Yeah, and I probably missed half the people. Slayer Warlock hack. Yeah, I don't think that was.
There's a person behind you. Watch out.
Yeah. It's my look, it's my Jimi Hendrix coffee mug. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, like that's so getting back to the playing thing, that's basically how I do it. I always wondered when, you know, like somebody like yourself that actually knows what the hell they're doing, like, you know, what your approach would be different than mine, but from what you're describing, it's almost similar. Yeah. Except you know what you're doing. I don't.
Oh, I hit a lot of clams, man. I make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes I leave them in my videos. I left one in today.
Did you?
Yeah, it's like the first few notes I played. I'll show you what it was too, actually, because the chord progression went A, and then E, and then G, and then D. So it went, and I was very happily in the key of A major. Right. And when it went to G, I went, which that against this, you know, sounds like that. It was really bad.
Right.
So I left it in because it was really like I was figuring out the chord progression as the video went along. So if you people don't mind watching somebody practice on your YouTube video.
Hey, Donnie Lovett is here. Welcome. Gary Holt, Scott Connor. If I haven't said hello, folks. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions for Rick or man, I get this. Got tickle.
Will Varela.
Yeah, Will Varela. If anyone's got questions for Rick or myself, I just tag one of us because we're both in the chat and we can see those. Yeah. So yeah, so are you going to be doing any original stuff so that you're not going to get claimed?
No. Well, I mean, I try to do original stuff. It just takes a lot longer. And so if I'm not already working on something and today's the day I want to put out a video, it's not going to be original, you know. But if I have something I've been working on for a couple of weeks and maybe I've kept the project separate and opened it every so often, then I would put out something original. But I don't write a lot of original stuff. Because most of what I play is blues, and I figure that has been done already. And I guess I would like to write some kind of very simple, like 3-4 chord songs, but not necessarily with words. So
we got a couple of questions here. Wizard One Music, welcome. Favorite fuzz pedal? That's got to be for you because I can't stand.
I don't use fuzz. Okay. I have a fuzz pedal, and I think it's awful. I told Ben Coombs about it because Ben was doing a review of it was a Moon fuzz pedal, and I got the Joyo fuzz pedal, and it was the same pedal. It had like the same color, and the knobs were in the same place. They just had a different picture on it.
Right.
And I was like, Ben, I like your review so much. I hate this pedal. So I'm not a fuzz person. Unless I've never had a good pedal.
I hear people use fuzz and get great things out of it, but it's just not in my wheelhouse. It's just
Well, I mean, like David Gilmour used fuzz.
Yeah, a lot of people that they because it gives you a different for leads. Anyways, it gives you kind of a different gear. Fiber HZD, welcome. I swapped my Les Paul type guitar to a Tele Maple neck. I think I'm going to stay for a long time with this Tele. Les Paul type. Put a Tele neck on a Les Paul type guitar. Wow. Hey, whatever rocks your boat. Whatever rocks your boat.
Look, it's the birthday boy.
Hey,
That's Stuart.
Stuart. Sorry, you forgot the cat's name.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch.
That's cool. That's cool.
Crazy cat guy.
Yeah, I saw them like up top of your credenza, or not credenza, your like drawers. Like that's a cat has to get up there, no?
They jump.
Wow, that's pretty high jump.
Yeah.
Here's another question, Guitar Hack. Do either of you guys ever use an octave divider?
Yes.
Not me. No.
I don't know what they mean by divider. I use a sub and up pedal when I'm playing for the yoga classes, and that way I don't have to play bass on the iPad. All I have to do is hit the sub and up pedal, and I pretty much have a bass in my hands, and I can play bass and add it to my loop.
Right.
Works really well. It especially works well with an acoustic guitar if you're palm muting. It sounds almost like an upright bass. It's very cool.
Well, that's cool. I've never played with any. I've never played with those effects, that type of effect.
Yeah, they're really neat.
Here's a question. We lost the guitar pick contest with. Yeah, Todd Graff. I didn't have a hope in hell of winning that contest. No, that's all right. I never win anything. Well, actually, no, I'm lying. I won a free coffee today. So
I've never won bingo.
Okay. HK Guitar Hack. Is it a totally different discipline playing for a musical show compared to a regular band? Not a big question for you.
Yes. Yeah, you got to read music for one thing. Even if it's just reading chords that are coming up and what beat they fall on. When you're in a band, you can do it without reading, and you can kick ass at it because it's all in your memory and it's awesome. You played it a bunch of times.
Yeah. And you got
playing in a musical, you all have to be on the same page in case somebody stops and says, "Hey, can we go over measure 34?" You can't be like, "Oh, what are we doing there?" You have to okay, it's here.
That's the part after the bridge before the solo.
Right. So, yeah, I mean it's a you don't want to waste other people's time.
Okay, he's correcting Fiber HC Dead is saying no, not HZD, man. No, not the neck, whole guitar to get. Okay, so he basically went to a telly from a Les Paul.
Yeah.
Changed from 6 to 3 saddles, and it gave me. Okay, I see. Okay, so he's got the barrel. Okay, I see it. I understand now.
Like these?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with those. They work.
Yeah. Pretty lucky. Okay. Crawl Bar won some stuff. Yeah, I've not won. I don't win things often, or ever. Yeah. So we're over an hour, Rick. Are you?
I wanted to bring up your. How's the cancer funding going?
Oh, it is. Last time I looked, we sold 60 items.
Oh, good.
And I think we're around the $360, $370 range US.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't complain. I mean, we started it back in, I think I did it right in the new year, like January 2nd or 1st.
I worn my hack shirt. I didn't do it. Yeah. Clearly.
No worries. So no, yeah. So now that you bring it up, I want to thank everyone in the chat, for supporting the cause. And if anyone, I keep reminding people, if you've got a shirt or a mug or whatever, if you've ordered something, please email me. I have my email address below. Send me a photo. Scott the Fook sent me one with his mug. Daniel Horsley sent me a photo. Send me a photo with you and the item, and then what I do is I put it up on my my Guitar Hack Facebook page, and I put it on my Guitar Hack Instagram.
Well, I'll send you one.
Yeah. If you've got, and you haven't sent me a photo. Yeah, please do.
Well, I put up a whole video.
I wore my Guitar Hack shirt at Guitar Center this past weekend. That's cool. That's awesome, R2. Yeah, so it's going well. It's going well. And actually today, I gotta run it by a couple of people, but I may have an opportunity to play at a big fundraiser, cancer
Oh,
fundraiser, August the
that's cool.
17th. Yeah, it's like for a few hundred people, and it's at a university. It's a little bit of a hike from here, but I'll do it. It's for cancer. I'll do it. So that's
Okay.
going to be. I just got to run it. I got to run it past the other band members and make sure everybody's available.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to do that. So yeah, anything I can do. Relay for Life. We do that is actually. You must have that in the States, don't you? Where you have like the bike runs for
Yeah.
cancer to raise money.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name of that.
We do the
Ride for Life. It's called
light.
Ride for
Yeah,
Life.
that's right. Same
Yeah.
thing we call it.
So that's what that it's to raise money for that. So
That's
yeah.
good. Do you this is a little bit unrelated, but it
Yeah.
made me think of this, but do you and your wife ever do acoustic gigs, the two of you?
No, I don't even own an acoustic guitar, man.
Oh, okay.
My wife does. Actually, the band that I gotta run it by is the band with my wife. It's Rebel
Yeah.
Charm. So that's the band we'd be doing it
Yeah.
with, because the other band can't. So I didn't want to say no. It's like, because I really want to do it.
Well, that's what we do a lot. Sometimes, if we get a gig, I'll take it either way, and I'll say, look, it might be two of us or it might be five of us. But that way,
Yeah.
they'll be cool with it.
Gussie Wells, your coffee mug is in my first video. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much, Gussie. That's awesome. Here's something from Dave Byron. Hey, Guitar Hack, when I can, we'll do Hangout. Then I can interview my. Wow, Dave Byron wants to interview me.
Really?
That's awesome. Yeah, you know what? I've been interviewed since the YouTube thing. I've been interviewed once.
Is this an interview? No.
No.
This is a hangout.
No, hangout. No, but actually interviewed. Like, I was a guest on a show.
Oh,
like,
you were?
Yeah. That kind of blew me away. It's
talking about guitar playing?
You want me? Yeah, guitar. Like, cool. It was asking me what, how to get started and all that kind of stuff. And that was kind of cool because I'm going back memory lane, like the first guitar.
Well, the first time I was on with you here, you asked me about that stuff, and I was like, oh yeah.
I don't know. I got a kick out of it because it's never happened. I've been on other streams, but I've never been interviewed, so I thought that was kind of cool.
That's very cool.
Bobby Lopez, Guitar Hack, did you check out the Les Paul you were talking about? Yeah, I did. I played a bunch of guitars today. I'll talk about that stuff on Thursday. So check out Thursday. Should let everyone know too. I am on at 8 o'clock now on Thursday. So, but I'll put a thing up, a banner.
So you went to a store today, is what you're saying?
Yes.
And you played some things.
Yes.
I'm not going to make you give up any more information than
very expensive things.
Oh, they were expensive things.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay. So are these things you already have or things that you've never had?
Not in that price range, no.
Oh, so they are things that you've had though.
Yes, things that I've had in a certain price range that makes them forbidden to people like myself.
I see.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think I'm at the bottom of the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone else wants to ask a question, please do. Please let us know.
Yes.
So speaking of original music, I came up with something that I kind of think is pretty cool, and I'm gonna use a couple of guys in Rebel Charm because the bass player's got like this really nice home studio setup. He's got drums there and everything, and so we're gonna get together because these guys are amazing players. Like, so it's like we were talking about the other day. I said, you guys want to do some original? I got a tune, right? So because I want to hear what they bring to the table, right? Like I have the basic tune and I've got the arrangement.
What instruments do they all play?
The bass player is a bass player and a guitar player, and then we have a drummer, but the drummer's a monster. So I'd love to hear what these guys will put on it because all I have is like a rhythm guitar thing, and I'd like to hear. It's gonna be it'll be like just an instrumental, just a guitar.
You're just gonna record one tune?
Pardon me?
You're only gonna record one tune?
Well,
Or
I don't want to bring any more than one because I don't know how long it's going to take Johnny to do it, but because Johnny is very slow to do things, so if
okay,
I bring
well,
in 2 tunes, I won't see anything for a year. So,
I
but
see.
yeah, no, I have more than I could come in with more than one idea, but I want to see how this one carries out and then
Yeah.
go from
Well, that
there.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, you know what, I love doing recording.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I've
I hate
done.
it.
You hate it?
Yeah.
It's very stressful, I'll tell you that.
No, I'll tell you what, as soon as red light is blinking, my playing goes down 3 notches.
Yeah,
Um, as soon as I know that what I'm playing is being captured, which sucks because I almost always record myself. And so
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always like, wow, I'm killing it. Hit the record button. Oh my God, I
yeah.
suck. So I don't know. That just happens. I don't know why that happens. It's anxiety. They make
I I
medicine for it, I hear.
I dig it because, you know, you get such a good mix and, you know, if you get a good mix and you're in there and it's sounding good, it almost
Yeah,
sounds like you know what you're doing, you know what I mean?
right.
So I like and the other but I think what I like the most is I just like coming up with parts and composing and stuff. Like like I've done I did a lot of instrumental stuff with my brother. He's another guy with a studio, right?
Yeah.
And we've done some collaborations together and tunes where like we made up the tune. Like some of it was like he made it up and then I played over it. And then but there was some collaborative stuff where like I'd make up this part, he'd make up that part, and we'd
Yeah,
slap
that's
it
cool.
together, throw lead guitar on
Yeah,
it.
I like to write stuff and I like it
It's
when
fun,
it's
man.
all done. When it's all recorded and you're mixing
Yeah.
it, you're like, "Oh, that's awesome." I like that part. I just hate playing it. I'm just like, I
Yeah.
feel like for some
It's
reason
I mean,
don't
it's really
like
like
it.
you say, I know what you mean. It's really stressful. Like I remember like being at his place and I'd have the headphones on and he's like, you know, and I'd be listening, you know, okay, now I come in, right? And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
God, shit, do it again. And, ah, shit, do it again.
Yeah, and then by the 6th time, you wish you would have kept the first one.
Yeah, yeah, you know, and yeah, but it's just the coming up with original ideas and stuff. And then I did stuff for you know, a guy had some original songs and he wanted a lead guitar in there, and the guy was, you know, he needed help, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And then I was coming up with parts and it's like lines. I go, why don't you throw this line in here? And I was doing pedal points and all this kind of stuff to make his
Yeah.
stuff sound more interesting, right?
Yeah.
And but the thing is his
That's
ego
cool
was
though.
massive, so like he wouldn't he just you know, he
Oh,
it
so
got
he wasn't a guy who was listening to you all the time.
no, he was yeah, he's like he was afraid it was becoming my song and not his song, and I'm like,
Oh, well,
okay, whatever, right? So that only
it was
happened,
his song all along then.
you know, yeah. Yeah. So, you know, it's like,
It's
"Well,
alright.
we'll only do
That's
that the one
alright.
time at the end because I'm like, you know, it sounded really good if you introed it like this. Because he, you know, he just wasn't, I don't know. Like you know, he had
Right.
money. He could afford the pay the $80 an hour studio tab, but you know, he didn't have any talent,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
right.
You know. Anyways,
Hmm.
I did it for a
Has
slice of pizza.
you have 2 different bands, right?
Yeah.
Are they playing a lot? Are you getting to play some good gigs?
I I with one band I play a lot. And we had a really amazing gig on Saturday. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's cool.
And actually that band we're gonna be doing there's a thing called Thirsty Thursday, which is like a Facebook show,
Mm,
and they do like a Facebook live. So they actually have bands that come in and this guy's like I think I don't know if it's at his home or the studio or whatever.
like in the Toronto area?
Yeah, yeah, and he's got cameras set up and they mix the sound. It's very professional,
Like
whatever.
live at Daryl's house.
Kind of like yeah, but not to that extent. But
Right.
yeah, I'm not going to run into Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick there or anything.
No.
But and the bands perform and they get a lot of viewers. And what's interesting is a lot of the bands that do it, they get gigs out of it because a lot of bar owners watch this. It's like you know they're looking for bands to hire. Oh, these
Oh,
guys are
that's cool.
yeah. So yeah, so it's like live streaming gigs. So we've been invited to do it, and it's going to be on the 25th of this month on Thursday. So if anyone is
Well, I
in
hope
it
you get some gigs.
and want to see yeah I want to see like you know the hit disturbers live and hopefully we don't screw up because talk about pressure.
But it'll be on the internet then, right? So
Yeah, it's going to be
anybody can
Facebook.
log into it.
Yeah,
Facebook.
and it'll be there for, you know, forever. So you can go back and I can watch my mistakes over and over again. It's a fantastic thing. Yeah.
I have to look you up on Facebook then. What's the band's name?
The Hit Disturbers.
Hit Disturbers. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's the Shit Disturbers and the S is silent. That's basically how I describe it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So,
the P in my name is silent.
that's a good one. So yeah, so that's gonna be So that band gigs a lot, and we got a lot of stuff lined up already. So it's gonna get busy this summer. I may not have a lot of free weekends this summer. So but the other band, the Rebel Charm band, I mean, outside of this charity thing, if the guys agree to do it, we really got nothing else going. And because there's a lot of issues there. You know, the drummer's legally blind.
Oh really?
Yeah. And you know, the bass player, he's in another band as well. So like, you know, we get together when we can, but already now it looks like we're not going to be able to get together for a couple of weeks, which is unfortunate because those guys are such good players, and my wife sings, and I've put up some live rehearsals.
Yeah, I watched them.
Oh man, those guys are just such good players.
And she sounds great too.
Yeah, my wife's, I keep saying she's the best singer I know, and
Yeah,
I don't have to kiss
you
up.
don't know my wife.
That's right. I don't know her, so I'm safe to say that. Yeah,
yeah, you are.
Don't introduce me to your wife, and we'll be okay. Anyways, yeah. So
Kailyn.
yeah. She got the spelling right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You got 8:20, so I think we're gonna shut
we should end it up.
Is there
thank you.
No worries. Like, is there anything you wanted to get stuff you got coming up? Anything you want to mention to the folks?
Well, you know, we put out
here right now.
I put out Telly Taco Tuesday number 50 today.
Yeah, that was your anniversary.
It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how long that's going to continue. But I don't see any reason for not to, even if it's boring to watch half of it. But I still do it. I don't have anything else that special coming up. The band's off until the end of April. And
right.
So I might be going through our stuff and looking for a couple other things to post. Other than that, no, I'm going to be in my backyard trying to clean it up a little bit. So
yeah.
But I'm back. I was sort of away from YouTube a little bit for a while. I'm paying more attention to it now than I was the last 2 or 3 weeks. So it's good.
Cool.
Anyway, it's all good. We'll see what happens. It's always stuff that I don't plan that's really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, people in the chat, I say this every show. Folks, let's all support each other. Let's keep this a positive environment.
Absolutely.
Got some fantastic channels in here. Lots of good channels to sub. If you're not sub to Rick, please sub to Rick. I've got his link in the cards. I also have his link below. If you're not sub to me, please sub to Guitar Hack. I do this Tuesday shows with a guest. I do Thursday solo shows, and sometimes I do things on the weekend. I do live streaming, all kinds of baloney. Yeah, so sub to me. If you like the video, please a thumbs up would be much appreciated. I've got merch, I've got mugs, I've got shirts, I've got hoodies, all kinds of stuff. All proceeds go to the Canadian Cancer Society. And as I mentioned earlier, we've already sold 60 items, so that's fantastic. I want to thank you all for supporting that. I want to thank Rick Romanelli for coming on. This was a lot of fun, man.
My pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Okay, so
I appreciate it so much.
Oh, no worries, brother. No worries.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to this.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much, everybody. And we'll see you Thursday at 8 p.m. On my solo show. All right. Cheers and have a great night. Take care,
everybody. Later on.
All righty.